Well, hey there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's GoreMiser here, this time with Duck3y, who's going to be coming through from Obey. We're going to get to know a little bit about you here in this player spotlight. And so, now everyone sees you solo laner for Obey. Again, actually one of the fan favorites out there. Everyone loves when you come on to do interviews, or the times that we've had you on as an analyst. People have really loved you. But, a lot of this goes back before Smite. This is what we want to look at, is kind of how you got to where you are. So I want to know, where are you from, and what kind of things did you do when you were growing up?
Okay, I'm from the UK. I don't want to give specifics, so I might accidentally dox myself, like I did on stream. Do you mean what kind of sports I did and stuff like that?
Well, did you do sports? Were you playing video games? What kind of things did you do as a hobby, excluding school, because everybody had to do that.
Yeah. Okay, so I played soccer I've called it soccer. Oh, gosh.
Oh,
right,
no,
I played football.
I'm pretty sure you just, revoked your European card. I'm sorry now, you live here forever. You can't go back.
I always get bullied for saying it, so I'm so used to trying to fix myself. But yeah, I played football for 7 or 8 years. I enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. I did a lot of sports growing up. I did badminton, tennis, football, swimming, bit of ping pong. Enjoyed ping pong. But I never really played games until I was 13, 12 maybe.
Oh, wow.
Never really got into them. And I played on the GameCube, I think, specifically.
I like the fact that you said ping pong. Every time I hear it, because we just got a ping pong table in the office, and this, of course, has been the only year where we haven't gotten to use it. We had a month of fun ping pong, and then nobody from the Pro League that has played has been able to do so. But, you played a lot of sports, as you had mentioned, kind of growing up. Do you think that helped fuel, the competitive nature in you? Is that kind of where that started, or did you not really care win or loss back then?
Oh, no, yeah, I wanted to win a lot. I don't know. If I was doing something, I wanted it to be for a purpose. That makes sense. So I always wanted to win in that sense of playing. Otherwise, I'd just be playing to play, right? That's how to best explain it. Yeah.
Yeah, when you go back, you said you started playing games at 12, 13. At this point, you already have that I want to be the best, I want to win kind of nature built into you from playing soccer and everything, or football, since I am talking to you. I have to say the proper term. How did you get into gaming? What were the first games you played, and how did that kind of traverse all the way to Smite?
So I played... Oh gosh, what was it? I played a lot of Halo. I enjoyed Halo. Halo was fun. Played a lot of Smash Bros. Melee, I think it was. One of the earlier ones. Got Peggle. I think Peggle was a game back in the day. Yeah. Bit of Peggle.
About Peggle.
Earth Defense Force, that was a fun one. And then there was this PS2 game, I forgot the name of it, but you had to make, it's probably Jurassic Park World or something. You had to make a little zoo full of dinosaurs and make sure they didn't kill everybody. That was one of them.
It's a good nature of a Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Other than that, it was Gears of War and then the shooters I played.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of those do help kind of competitive. In fact, all of them have pretty successful competitive scenes as well. And I'm kind of jumping the gun on this one, but what made Smite kind of your go-to, right? Instead of going into something like Halo or Gears or any of those other shooters, what kind of brought you into Smite?
I never really planned to go competitive. That was never my idea. I was just playing Borderlands. I played a lot of Borderlands, and I would watch when you'd grind legendaries, grind the legendary drops of characters or bosses. I watched Trendkill back in the day in SNK4.
Oh yeah.
And so I watched their videos to do Borderlands, and then they were playing Smite. I was like, "Oh, what's this? This looks cool." So I ended up getting my uncle's laptop. I started playing there, and then eventually I just kept playing until I got to the point where I was like, "Oh, this could be fun. I could be scrimming," And then I just tried that, and it kept going.
So you just kind of had this epiphany at a certain moment where we were like, "Wait a minute, I'm pretty good at this here Smite game. Maybe we could keep going."
I mean, I was just doing it for fun, and then it just ended up how it is. Yeah.
Well, that's maybe the best way to do it, right? Is to just, you happen to be really good at it while you're having fun. Although now I'm sure there's maybe some other levels of stress that come in playing in the Pro League, but still hopefully fun for you. But, I'm going to roll it back again just to make sure we get everything. And that is to say, What kind of like environment did you grow up in your home? Like, what was your family like, and were they really kind of supportive when you started getting into competitive gaming?
Oh yeah, my mom always supported me. Bless her heart. She always supported everything I wanted to do. So I really appreciate that. Same with my gran and my brother and my sister. Always great. My brother hated me taking the PS4 off him because we only had the PS3. Sorry. So it was always, "Your mom, is it my turn? Can you get Steve off it?" And then I'd yoink the PS3 for a bit. But no, I'm very thankful to have the family I did when I was growing up.
So, what was it like specifically when you started having the conversation about making money through gaming for a living? Like, that's always a conversation I think at the beginning that's already difficult, but then you also had to then broach the, by the way, I'm going to move to the US to continue
Mhm.
playing gaming for a living. Like, what kind of, I guess, well, how did that conversation go?
Well, I mean, at first my mom was skeptical because obviously, oh, you're on the internet, you can't be trusting these strangers, all that jazz.
Hmm.
So, but when I started showing her that I was actually, making money from doing it, she was like, "Oh, okay, we'll try it." And then I went to my first LAN, and she was again, "Text me when you get there. Let me know when you get to the hotel, whatnot. Stay safe." But after I've done it a few times, I think she started to trust me more, and then
Hmm.
over time, she was okay with it.
I know that was actually something that like I didn't even realize because I guess selfish mentality. I always just assume everyone's around my age no matter what. But I realize you're just like a month older than my younger sister. So I wonder,
Mhm.
like, was that an interesting conversation to have? Like, because you are a little younger, like right now, I believe what turning 22 in like a month, right? So
Yeah.
you're in that position where like it was kind of an early age for you to be moving, especially out of the country, right? So was that something that like you had to, as you said, like kind of grow into for them to be comfortable with?
I mean, since I've been playing Smite for like what 6 years, I think it
Yeah.
was. She kind of knew it was my life at that point, right? And I think she was just happy to get me out of the house because I'm usually just sitting in my room playing. But yeah, again,
Go sit in another room and play.
yeah, go to the other house and play. Go over there. But I don't know. She was really nice about it. So bless her.
Yeah. Well, hey, it sounds like things went pretty well and swimmingly for that. And now, again, you find yourself sitting in the pro league. You're in a team house, even, which is a
Hmm.
different experience than I think a lot of people get. And that's actually something that's interesting behind the scenes talk because we always see you guys playing together, and we can see the setups in the background now. But what is it like having that team dynamic outside of Smite? And like, what do you guys do to just hang out? And how important do you think that is?
I think it's very important. I think it's a good idea to have not just be a team but be friends, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's on the same page. We usually play Monopoly. I say play. I usually throw because I get bored halfway through. So I just make bad deals to try and rush the game along. And I
Yep.
don't think they're a fan of it. But
It's the only
I,
true way to
I
play Monopoly.
yeah, exactly. Like if it's getting dull, I've got to mix things up. But I don't know, I usually see everybody, and then, again, we've got our setups like all in the basement, apart from
Yeah.
like two people now. So we get to hang out. Otherwise, we'd just be in our room playing. So it's nice to get to talk to everyone outside of the game.
And just being able to be around. So when you're not maybe spending time with them, and when you're not at your computer, either grinding Smite or playing any other games or any whatever you do, like what do you do to relax? I guess actually just outside of Smite, is it playing other games, or do you try to get away from your computer?
I mean, I've got a little flower room upstairs that I've started, so I'm getting that going. A few
Oh.
of them they have kicked the bucket. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm trying my best. Other than that, we go to Rafen's. He's a
Mhm.
kind soul. He lets us come up for food or to like exercise. He's got a little gym set up. So it gets us out the house, especially now during the COVID situation. It's nice to
Yeah,
be able to go out. But other than that, I usually watch a lot of anime. Uh,
it's a good choice.
uh-huh. I've started drawing recently, but I don't do it as much as I'd like to because I need the motivation to do it. But
Hmm.
other than that, it's like streaming, Smite, and then Raven's house.
There you go. Well, hey, as long you have the trifecta, right? A little bit
Hmm.
of fun and work involved in, I guess, all three of those that get to come through. Although maybe leaning more on the fun side whenever you go over towards Rathens. Either way, it sounds like you have like a good grip on hanging out with the team. I kind of want to know though, like, you're one of the top solo laners in the world. And
How's that?
you seem like really relaxed almost all of the time. Do you ever feel like pressure or like stressed about a match or anything, or does it all kind of just wash over you?
No, all the time, dude. I'm always. I started.
I'm living stress.
Yeah, no. At one point, me and Cassia were on like face calls and we were like meditating before games just to make sure we were chilling. But yeah, no. If I don't show it, I don't show it like great. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even realize, but
There you go.
yeah, I'm stressed
So-
occasionally.
Well, then I want to know, going back because like you're a solo laner now. Were you always a solo laner when you started playing? You mentioned you'd picked it up like early, like way back in the TK and SNK days. So like, are you like, did you start as a solo laner, or did you just kind of evolve into it as you are now?
Well, I played a lot of the roles. That's why I was a sub for the most time. But when I did start playing, I did Q&A, and I don't know. I'm not gonna get in trouble for saying I sniped someone, right? I won't get in trouble for that.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay, I sniped Hi-Res Kelly a lot, and she played Ymir solo. So I would always.
Guarantee
I would always
she
go
won't get
solo.
mad if she, for some reason, that Kelly watches this. Then I can't guarantee she won't get upset. But
Kelly, I'm
she'll
sorry.
be fine with it now.
But yeah, I'd always want to play into Kelly because I thought it was fun.
Well, I use like this is a complete tangential to any interview question, but I still contribute all of my Ymir knowledge to watching Kelly. So hey, maybe I was watching you snipe Kelly when I was trying to learn how to play Ymir in the way back when. But you had said like because you were a sub for a long time and I guess multiple roles. If you had to choose something that wasn't solo, where would you want to go?
I think like way back in season 2, probably ADC, and now I wouldn't touch that role. It's horrible. But if I had to pick now, I don't know, dude. Every role's kind of. Ooh, maybe I could be a coach. Can I switch to coach?
Yeah, I guess I didn't. I honestly, yeah, sure. If
Yeah,
you
we'll give
wanted
that a
to
go.
coach.
Yeah, solo will coach.
That's actually something that'd be an interesting name, right? You have solo or troll, you can change solo or coach, and you both, I guess, just go out there and take the world by storm. I didn't expect coach to be on that list. What is it about, I guess, coaching like that would be more appealing to you?
Oh no, the other roles are just kind of, I don't want to
Just not
say,
your
but then
style.
yeah, not my style. That's the word. I don't know. Coaching's always seemed like a fun little thing, and it would be new to me because I don't think I've ever done it. So it'd be a nice change of pace.
Well, that'd be an interesting one to go forward with. But now, since we're kind of on the topic and we're in Smite already, you play a lot of solo, but like you said, you've played a lot of roles and you've played for a while. Who's your favorite god? Like, do you have one that maybe stands out to you that you like just enjoy playing more than others, or for some reason they just stand out in your mind above all the others?
I mean, I love Fenrir, but I played him a lot in like season 2 to 4. But now he's kind of trash. I think would be the nice way to put it. But it's still Fenrir. I love Fenrir. He's a great character.
Oh, it's fun. Maybe, I mean, we've seen him, I think, technically once in the solo lane this year. Maybe there's another chance for you to try and convince your team to let you pull him out. Maybe not. And
Maybe.
we'll have to see.
I got him to let me play Nox, so, there's always a chance.
I forgot about that game. That's true. Hey, if you could convince anyone to let you play Nox at this point, I'm assuming you have the silver tongue necessary to get Fenrir out in that lane. So maybe we'll get to see that. Maybe we won't. We'll have to keep our eyes on it. But you have played a ton of games throughout your time in Smite and in competitive. I just wonder, like, is there one right now that maybe stands out to you the most, like above others? One that is a very just memorable moment in Smite for you?
It's always I think it was Panthera at the time when I subbed in for Dimmy when he went on a little field trip. Because I think that started my my career, so it's always a memorable game for me. Where I played Bellona and Vimana against Dig at the time, and then I ended up joining Dig, so that was fun. But yeah, that game sticks with me a lot.
I mean, yeah, it helped, like you said, kind of kick off everything to the point where you went from, maybe Challenger Circuit and sub to more main roster, at least people with their eyes on you to make sure that you get to where you are now, right? In the Pro League as a solo laner, as you get to move forward. And you've been on a lot of teams, although maybe not as, main roster. But do you have a favorite player that you've ever played with? Like someone that you were just like, man, playing with them was just awesome, and I would love to be able to do it again. Or maybe you still are, whether or not they're on your current team.
Oh, I can't pick, man. There's too many good. I enjoyed playing with every one of my teammates. Like back in Dig, you had Suntouch, Big Man at the time until he left, and then Frosty, Shadow, Flurry Q, all the boys. Fumble's great. I love Fumble. and everyone from SK. They're all lovely to play with. I can't pick a favorite. I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah. Hey, I think it kind of speaks to, I guess, the nature of the teams you've been on, as well as the people that you've played with. If all of them were really fun to play with, and you can mention every single one of them, I mean, like, you just started pulling names out, some that I haven't heard in a while that have been able to come through. So obviously they left some sort of memory with you, so it's good with all of that. But you've been playing at this level for a long time so far now. I just want to know, what is it something that maybe someone who's just now looking to get into Smite or is like at that maybe cusp of going competitive that they just don't know about being a pro, like that next jump up?
I think now it's a lot harder because you have the move and whatnot. But beforehand, you'd have the 2 regions, so you could just hop in, start playing.
Yeah.
So now I suppose you need to be able to commit your time to it, especially if you're gonna again move, which I think is a big commitment for people who aren't in the scene yet, or aren't like, in the SPL yet, because they'd have to decide that on their own without knowing, how can I put it? Knowing if they're going to enjoy it if they haven't played SPL before, right? It'd be a pretty big leap.
It's a different experience, right? I mean, you have to, like you said, you have to commit to a whole lot. I mean, there's even, Belt Slap over there in Europe right now, a bunch of players that just weren't ready maybe to make that commitment to move over to Furlan that are still out there, your Chicks, Tanks, and et cetera of the world. So, you've been playing. This year has been an interesting year, I think, for Obey. A lot of good moments and then some not so good moments all in between that have come through. I want to know, what's your goal overall for just this season of Smite, as well as things going forward? Like, where do you have your mind set, and where do you want to go by the end of the year?
I mean, I want to win Worlds. I mean, I think everyone who plays competitive wants to do that. I've never had the opportunity to play there either. I feel like I've not performed great on... Like, I've not had the greatest performance, if you look at my history. But I do want to win Worlds. And obviously now, I think, given our current standing, it's going to be a little rough going towards it, but I still want to push and make that effort to get there.
Well, hey, it's not going to be something that's easy, but that means that it's even worth more, right? If you get there and you're able to pick it up, that makes it just insanely stronger for you and your team, just because you were able to get there. Either way, I mean, it is one of those things. You've been touted for a long time as one of the, even now people will say you are one of the top solo laners. What do you think is that disconnect, right? Like, where do you think things kind of crumble to maybe gatekeep you from getting to the world stage?
I think I make a lot of small misplays in games, especially bad decision makings. Especially in the early game of SPLs, if you go for a blue buff fight level 6 and you lose, it's coffins. It's over. People in the SPL play so disciplined to the point where once they get a lead, they will push that to the point. A good team to watch for that is PK or Ghost. I think they push solo pressure a lot. So if they get a lead there, you saw Fine OK just rampage over us when he was on set the other week. So I need to stop making those minor misplays. I need to take control when I have a lead, because I often get the lead and then don't force it on the other side of the map to the point where we just kind of bleed out and fall behind.
Well, hey, man, it might not mean much, but I believe in you, and I think there's a lot of people out there who are seriously rooting for you as a player, but also your team as a whole, and things going well. And I just want to say thanks for stopping by and sitting down and chatting with me for these last few minutes. It's been a pleasure. And if people want to find you, whether it's a stream or Twitter or what have you, where can they find you on the internet?
You find my Twitch at twitch.tv/someonetookducky with a free, and my Twitter is @someonetookduck, I think.
I'm pretty sure that's right. At someone took Duck, and it's because someone took Duck. Either way, so again, follow him, and of course, if you want to, tune in to the SPL whenever Obey plays, and you'll get Premier Ducky time whenever you want. At least a few games of it every single time. And of course, subscribe for more. Leave a like. Hit us up on Twitter at SMITEPro for who you would like to see in the next video. But either way, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one.